Falcons all the way on the west, as we see Twisted and a few others making their way over. As Falcons actually getting close to Rossiter, and he's going to be the one that goes down. H-Wing going to collect the first point, as he will take a few more shots.
I don't think that T5 has any real options other than go for this. 17's going for a more collapsed point. Raining found himself right next to the Falcons. T1 trying to hold, but this is a bit dicey on the outside. That's going to be a big flash, and it looks like the Falcons do manage to get away from most of them.
Yeah, that flash might have just bought T1 an extra life here, as EN needs to get these heals through. They've got the reinforcements arriving behind this, but there's a Panzer in hand here for Shrimzy. T1, though, able to get to the other side of the house. Not going to be a threat just yet with the Panzer, but surely there will be a moment.
Amiga wildly roaming around the outside, has stalled up kickstart. T1 hears the footsteps, couple of peeks between, but looks like Falcon's trying to slow back down the pacing in the firefight a bit more to give Kickstart the time to get over here. Looks like he did manage to get away from Nemiga, so full reinforcements for the Falcons now.
Yeah, oh, that timing on that. Very nicely done by Shrimzy. Was so ready for that position. And that's going to be raining down as the Falcons continue to try to dissect T1.
Just one other player up for T1 right up next to all. Falcons goes for some good shots onto H-Win. Ian, he's been popping off today, but there are a ton of Falcons players on the other side of that doorway. Nemiga also setting up around the outside of this thing. If maybe they can catch anybody and rotate from building to building. Ian in some trouble, and Shrimzy's going to find him.
Yeah, that's great capitalization there by Shrimzy, realizing that there were other shots coming in. Alerted him to the fact that Ian had gone on the outside of the house, was able to take advantage of it. Heather, though, not content to sit back. Going to cook the heck out of that grenade. That could be a knock. Oh, doesn't get it.
Ooh, Shrimzy gets out just in time. Securing the kills around them. Nemiga now really the referees for anybody that wants to move out of this area. Heather the last one up, and he is just firmly entrenched here. He can hear the footsteps coming. Holds for an angle. Does get the knock on a one, but can't stay for too long. Has to go upstairs.
Yeah, that's wise. He was dead if he stood down there. Just trying to buy as much time as he can. Shots ringing out from his back as well. But on the stairs here, they don't see him! They don't see him!
They weren't expecting him on the stairs, and Heather demolishes the Falcons.
It does. I think so. I think you have now coined it.
Tig!
Oh, Tig.
Popping off. Shuts down FN on their approach. Kills galore for FN like you're talking about, but are going to go down. Falcons get the high ground.
And it's not every day you see Tig with a barrel. No problem for them. And Tiggleton, though, might have an answer to 17.
Or maybe T1's positioning. Where was it focused in at? It's going to be Shrimzy. Gets the last couple of taps, and H-Win going to make sure to get the flush. BB roaming closer and closer to the circle, and it does look like Falcons are just going to go right after Ian. He hops into his vehicle, trying to use it for some type of cover, but Falcons will instantly swarm around, and Ian does get the knock on one before he goes. That's going to slow down pacing, and now 17 using this opportunity to pounce on Heather, other side.
Hold it. If that's a frag grenade, the Falcons are in trouble. Nicely placed by Besto. Xiao Wu is going to deal with Heather, so T1 goes down into fourth, and Falcons starting to lose people left and right. A Molly doesn't look like it hit H-Win, actually, so he's still alive, still resable. Shrimzy wants to do what he can to get BB away from him.
Heather just got to go back next to the tree, use some cover. More Doritos going to calm down. Shrimzy was expecting it, but Besto gets the better of that, and that is going to be the Falcons going down.
As he keeps Bagel Pot somewhat in things, at least, with 4 kills in this game.
Is the timing for this good enough? The vehicles were set for T5 already, but Exquisite on top does get down. Rex, Frosted Jr. on the other side. Star-Lord goes up to the top, and it is going to be T5 firm in their defense, but a new contender approaches in the Falcons.
Yeah, that's really nice for the Falcons that there was a knock over there. Tiggleton puts the mini right into Rossiter Jr.
Yeah, I mean, T1 one side, Falcons other side. Tiggleton wanting a pop off. Exquisite reads the push coming up. Big plays. Ian finally shuts it down, but T5 in a lot of trouble now as the Falcons just swooping down behind it all.
Yeah, the Falcons here might buy enough for time for T1 to get some reses in. EN still doing work, but that is T5 wiped off of Erangel. The fact that Raining was able to do so much damage there isn't good enough, because Kick's grenade is good on the weak EN, and Raining has to just run, I think.
Oh, just gonna do them like this. 3 people down, Raining just trying to get away. They don't want to overextend into a bad spot, so it looks like they just might send it C4 style.
Works for me. Why not? It's a little bit off the mark, though.
It's golfing rules.
It doesn't really matter. They were dead anyway.
Yeah.
More grenades coming through. H-Win goes into the front door to the safety,
Raining.
and here we go.
Raining's actually getting up to run into this, see if he could get the kill, but good shots come out from Tig. Does he know it's a C4 down below him? It goes out to the blue zone. It's gonna go too far away, but Tig takes some damage. The C4 gonna be too far, and Namiga gonna use the opportunity to run in, but there is just a firing line from the Falcons.
Raining went into the bushes. The Freaks are harassing Namiga on the way into the Falcons compound, quickly collapsing for the EMEA Stars.
But the Freaks aren't going for any of this. They're still on the outside trying to use their hill for control, hoping these guys beat each other up enough, but Falcons finding kill upon kill, and really the Freaks still just kind of resting on their laurels right now.
Yeah, there just hasn't been that extra opportunity. Maybe when H-Win was knocked, they could have gone for something. Hello, my bad. Just enough of the triangle. The circle is going to force the issue here momentarily.
There is an outer ball that the Falcons going to be playing right next to, and H-Win gets a knock on to Salute. The Freaks were hoping that maybe the Falcons would have to move first, and everybody would be down below them, and it would make it so much more complicated, but instead, Hell My Bad is unofficially joining the Falcons and taking shots down into the Freaks, keeping them pinned.
Yeah, he's just gonna have to succumb to the blue. Don't give any more points over ahead of him. Now the Freaks need some knocks, need some damage. Salute without a helmet after the AWM shot. There it is again. H-Win doubles down.
Just continuing to pop down Salute. Heaven, Human trying to find a way to walk into this, and they have to deal with kick up on top. Heaven does get the knock onto him, but Tig, of course, gets the counter. 3 members up for the Falcons, and it is the Freaks down to 1, in some trouble. Gonna go ahead and throw down the shield, but it is not enough. Falcons, big game, jump up the leaderboard.
That's huge for the Falcons.
Red Zone has the information, and this is all about the scouting coming out. Oh, Fluky spots it, though, and that is going to be Red Zone standing in the open, but he doesn't care. Just going for a firefight. Oh, on the other side of this, Tiggleton finds a knock early onto Lou, and that is going to be a flush to follow. VP doing a regroup.
Oh, they even blew up the chip?
Oh.
I was wondering for a second if Twisted was going to just wait and grab the chip, but the Falcons aren't even going to give him the chance. Oh, but we're going away, so this is no longer very good for the Freaks. They have to fight their way out most likely, and shooting on the run is the Falcons.
This is what I was expecting. That means Asla and the Expendables early position. They're going to be maybe fighting for it. 2 different squads going for a very strong compound, very centered. Well, it's going to be good shots coming up again from Tiggleton. Falcons, do you continue on your pathing, or do you want to kickstart, though? Takes damage. VP, I mean, they've got 17 that's going to be rolling right next to them, so they're kind of caught off over here. They're going to be going way closer to Mika than they want to. Oh, a lot of squads taking off pieces, and Tiggleton is going to thank Fluky for that one, picking up another kill. Now Namiga trying to make a run, but it's going to be a lot of crossfire shots coming as VP starting to get into a good point. We're very close to them. Falcons now kind of caught outside the circle. Oh, Arena, there's not a good path over here. 17, other side of the hill, going to be at least some space to work with. BB back behind it. Correct C for VP in front of you. Falcons other side, and Asla also crashed into this point, so a lot of people should be getting on the vision on this pretty fast. The Arena, I don't know where you can go. I was worried he was right underneath.
Oh, just shoots himself?
That, I was like, please, no.
That would be a classic PUBG moment.
Did he get the knock at the right time? Reinforcements for Nixie. Where's the mortar going? How's it going to land? Bang! It's very, very close. Full Sense has to run away from their down player of Thanadol, and it's just getting dicier and dicier. Freaks starting to eye in this direction, but don't have vision yet.
Yeah, the Freaks would love to get involved in this fight and claim some points, but they just can't really afford to give away any other players at this stage in the game. Another grenade gonna bounce wide. Xanadol has to be abandoned here. A parting headshot, some more damage. Look at the Falcons go.
This is so well played from the Falcons.
Takes and continue to rain mortar fire down on all of them as well. They do have a circle to go from, and if they can get a third-party opportunity on the east and continue wrapping that way around, that ain't a bad opportunity for Falcons as there's that mortar as close to Green. There it is. Without finding it, second one finds him though.
Oh, he thought that they would maybe hit different places, but Tiggleton landing on a dime, and yeah, exactly. Falcons have to make moves at this point if Full Sense is going to keep doing what they're doing, so they have to go and try to third-party this. They'll find Guyon, and now they will take down Bagopot in the end. It's going to be Shrimzy that takes out Akan. Twisted Minds, though, will turn their attention back towards T1. They will take him out as now Falcons trying to make the push into Virtus Pro, finish them off, but Virtus Pro, Lucarux getting the double knock to start things off, and there you go. VP will get eliminated. Gets about 50 damage in, and as you said, it's a question of when those Expendables start to get a little bit more active as
Yeah.
H-Win. They're shooting the toesies there of Type, but Raining will win the 1v1 on the scaffolding. So Tickleton putting Type back on the makes him retreat once again as H-Win will get flushed out. Kickstart having to come back and return. And the Expendables, they're still over here. Yeah, there you go. Delwyn starting to run down there. They know what's up. They know something's going on. Nice spray from Tig will take down Type in the end.
Exactly. Tig able to maintain a bit of space here, finding one on one side, but the Expendables creeping in from the other. Gotta be swift about dealing with the first pressure now. Shots being fired from Expendables, and Falcons realizing, oh, wait, we're sandwiched.
Oh, through the stairs. Not going to be enough. Shrimzy trying to keep his happy feet going. Tickleton will be able to heal up a little bit and provide some support as Shrimzy gets the knock onto EN. Raining still playing on the low side, looking for that angle. He might spot him.
I was gonna say, I mean, I wish you could give more constructive feedback, but Kick's gotta do something. He's the only one with an off angle that can actually spot people at a side, but he too is being dealt with. Heather, nice awareness of him spotting one coming underneath, and Kick's just gotta call it. I gotta try and send a Hail Mary here. Gotta see if I can somehow get through this chaos, and well, for the time being, there is still one Falcon alive.
Now they are down. Na'Vi can start making plays here. They've still got BB pinned up against the wall. Arena, meanwhile, they're going to get taken down by H-Win and the Falcons on the south side. 1v4 with 30 rounds might be asking too much. He will get one, and he will flush him out as well. He's got to flush him out to try to get some bullets as he's got the SKS. Spots out Lou, but will try to retreat. No, Batu will get that knock.
Not gonna happen, but the fight is immediate to follow right thereafter. At the same time, Falcons pushing up this hillside, taking the fight on to 17 Gaming. 2 down, 3 down, 4 down as they clean house, making their way further forward.
Got to try to do something. They've been able to spread out a little bit more, which is good. As Tickleton will spot them running to his right. Shrimzy and H-Wing continue to push in. A nice knock from Shrimzy onto Ferris. Good grenade. And now it's down to 2 for Na'Vi. They're playing the shack.
They're fighting over the dot. This nade could be huge. Hackatori spots one, finds the double with the nade as well. And just like that, it's a 1v1. Extends against Tickleton. He knows exactly where he has him.
Tickleton try to flush those kills out, see if he can at least make sure he gets the points. He's going to spot out. Oh, he's going to swap guns. And Na'Vi again went down to 1 player.
Jacob Von Dorrance, they're trying to regroup, get back into the vehicle, but as you said, they have the point buffer. Trying to make that run happen as T Expendables in the meantime sending it flying into the compound, but Shrimzy shuts them down.
Try to make a move somewhere else. The problem is Navi's compound still in play.
Tickleton gets knocked right on the low section of this one. BRDM could provide some cover. So, full sense, which way do you go to try to make it into circle? You just saw where Falcons were going. You know off of the kill feed that they got knocked. This could be the perfect entrance if you can find it. Rez comes up for Tickleton. Where are you going? Eyes on the BRDM. A lot of throwables coming out. They're just going to jump out right next to the shack. Crossfire shots coming up. Shrimzy goes down to Akatori, but Shrimzy at least manages to take down Flash.
All right, here we go. What else can Full Sense do? Belmoth takes a ton of damage from Tickleton, and it's his teammate's grenade that catches him. Kickstart just trying to play distraction here, but Tickleton taken down, so it's all in the kick.
Tickleton going down in this stage. Kickstart, what can he get? He just wants to see if he can run over people. He's got to go for some twisty plays. He's got to see if maybe he can force them into Na'Vi's sight line. That's starting to happen. Is Na'Vi in a position to really punish this as well? Yep, shots are going to start coming out from Hackatori. They know where the threat is. Tigger wants to try to take down Kickstart, but Kickstart just continues to find ways to knock down and get these kills.
Yeah, is that a C4 that I hear? It sounds like I hear some beeping. This is a little bit scary. Tigger's so weak right now. That C4 was off screen. As, there you go. It is going to be Full Sense going down, but not before they find 5 points. Falcons still some work to do here. I don't know if there's enough points left in this lobby that they could get any higher, but they would love to close out on a win, that's for sure. Still something to do. I don't think anybody has any freaking clue that Phil First is in there.
This is such a hazardous angle to try to run across, and Phil First is just waiting so patiently. He knows he can play spoiler the exact same way we just saw Beamy a moment ago. 17 at least crosses the road. That's one of the harder sections for it. Falcons knows that the Expendables were playing to the north of them, so they're going to be wrapping down to the south. Eyes after kills right now. How much more they can get. Blue Zone on top of Phil First. Is he going to stay over here? He just looks like he's just going to be nominal on some first aids of his own. 17, oh so close, just a couple of meters away.
Yeah, there's just a lot of shooting, so he doesn't want to get up and move. He knows that as soon as he stands up, he's going to be spotted by the Falcons, so just trying to hold on longer than 17, but they've got a little bit of extra cover with those Doritos, and they're also thinking the same. just try to wait this out.
And Falcons wants these points so bad. Here's the pop-up. Phil first puts in some work, but I don't know who went down first or second between them. And it is going to be 17 that out-survives. Falcons, bumping into each other. Are they going to try to cross back up the hill where the Expendables are already at? 4 players up for the Falcons, 3 for the Expendables, as now the Expendables have gotten into 15th place.
Here we go. Big moment in transition. How much damage? Can they do? A ton!
Oh!
Corey's! What is that? That is disgusting!
Trimsy down, 3v3, narrowly getting to the crates. Other side of this now has a crossfire that the Expendables have to deal with. TGLTN wants to try to secure this, getting lots of damage on the Delwyn.
Doing what he can. Kickstart on low HP. Goes for the peak. Almost gets Duck Juice. Duck Juice hightails it back to the safety of the hillside, but TGLTN has Delwyn down.
Back into a 2v3. High ground, though, still favoring the Expendables. The circle is popped away. H1 very, very close. So that means that the Expendables are going to have to run down into the open, and Falcons knows it.
Pause for just a brief second. Smoke's being thought about by the Expendables. Clories, though, identified at his position. H1 claims the AWM in the level 3 armor. Down at this bottom position. He's like right on the edge of the circle there behind the crate. Not sure how long he can stick behind it, but has some trees and other things to use to move up to if he needs to. Another knock, and the Falcons might just be able to barrel in and claim the final chicken dinner of the year.
I don't know where third place's points ended at. I don't know how much Falcons need to get their third place destiny secured. But it feels like they've got a lot of control in the circle. But it is Calories. It is Duck Juice. These guys can make the impossible happen.
Another knock, and the Falcons might just be able to barrel in and claim the final chicken dinner of the year.
I don't know where third place's points ended at. I don't know how much Falcons need to get their third place destiny secured. But it feels like they've got a lot of control in the circle. But it is Calories. It is Duck Juice. These guys can make the impossible happen. They want to make it as hard and difficult to get down this hill as possible. They want as much utility being burned. They want to open up an angle for H1, but of course, the Expendables already know where they're playing at. They're trying to get a double up, but it's going to kickstart. They get knocked on Clories. Now just down to 1, and Falcons take the last game of PGC.
Here is the overall standings. Full Sense, 155 points, becomes world champions here live from Bangkok, Thailand. Second place, Virtus Pro. Beamy's been here before, and he clutched it at the very last second against Na'Vi, pushing them 1 point above them.